Welcome to English for All with Khadija USA, learning step by step at your own pace.
Kids Box 5, Unit 3, Lesson 16, City Life.
Welcome back to Kids Box 5, Presentation Plus, designed especially for 5th grade. Open up your pupil book, Unit 3, City Life. Pupil Book 34. Geography, Cities. Istanbul in Turkey is the only city which is on 2 continents. It's called the bridge between Asia and Europe. Go ahead and watch a video.
Bethany Ann, Rory and Joseph are visiting York.
Hello, today we're in York. We're going to look around and visit the York Minster.
York is a beautiful city in the north of England, and the York Minster is an old cathedral. Lots of people visit York every year. The children have got a map of York, and they're going to use it to find the York Minster. First, they need to look around to see where they are on the map.
Look, that's a tower. Oh yes, let's find it on the map.
The tower is called Clifford's Tower. The children find it on the map.
Here's the tower. So we're standing here. That's right. So we need to go along Tower Street.
The children start their journey to the York Minster. York is a very busy city. What interesting things do they see?
Look, there's the river. And here's the river on the map.
The children are following the path along the river. What do they see on their way?
Look, there's a boat. There are some people fishing over there.
You can go along the river in a canoe.
It was nice to see the river. Yes, but if we're going to find the York Minster, we need to go back into the city.
The children walk back, following their map.
This looks like an interesting street. Yes, let's turn left and have a look.
This street is called Shambles. It's York's most famous street. There are lots of shops and restaurants along it. Look, the buildings lean into the middle, so the roofs almost touch. The street is made of cobbles. Cobbles are very old stones. The children are nearly at the Minster.
I think we're getting near to the York Minster. So do I. Look at the map. We need to turn right.
The children turn right. Look what they can see in the distance.
Look, Rory, I can see the Minster. We're nearly there. We're here. We followed the map.
York Minster is huge. It took 250 years to build. There are lots of details on the building. Look at all of the different faces.
Bye!
Section 1. Can you name these cities? A. If you answer Rome, very nicely done. B. If you said London, very good job. C. If your answer is Tokyo, nicely done. D. If you said New York, excellent job. Let's take some time to read. Why did the first cities start? During the Stone Age, cavemen started farming as they got better at farming they started growing more food than they could eat. They bought and sold the extra food in markets. Cities started growing around these markets. Living in cities made people feel safe. People often lived near castles and built walls around their houses. 200 years ago, cities started growing much faster. This was because of the Industrial Revolution. People went to work in the cities because there was more money. Where were the first cities? Mohenjo-daro in the Indus Valley in Pakistan was one of the first cities. It was built more than 4,000 years ago. About 40,000 people lived there. If we look at the map of Mohenjo-daro, we can see the streets were straight and that there were a lot of houses and big buildings. About 2,000 years later, the biggest city in the world was Rome. It was the capital of the Roman Republic and Empire for 1,000 years. About 1 million people lived there. London was the first city to have more people than Rome. It was the biggest city in the world because between 1831 and 1925, then New York grew bigger. Now the biggest city in the world is Tokyo, but New York has more skyscrapers. Section 2. Read and answer true or false. Number 1. During the Stone Age, cavemen started fishing. If you answered false, very good job. They started farming, not fishing. Number 2. Cities started growing where there were markets. If you answered true, nicely done. Number 3. Cities stopped growing because of the Industrial Revolution. If you answered false, nicely done. They started to grow faster. Number 4. 4,000 people lived in Mohenjo-daro 40,000 years ago. If you answered false, nicely done. 40,000 people is 4,000 years ago. Number 5. London is smaller than New York. That, if you answered true, is correct. Number 6. New York has more skyscrapers than Tokyo. If you answered correct, true, that is correct. Now go ahead and see your corrections. Section 3. Read and order the events. Pause the video at this time, and then we will resume for your corrections. After you have completed numbering them in order. Now go ahead and look at your corrections. Pupil Book, page 35, Section 4. In groups, talk about a city you know. Let's go ahead and make the city Kenitra. Section A. What can you find in your city? Make a mind map. We have buildings. What kind of buildings do we have? We have a library. We have a museum. What other two buildings do we have? We have courthouse and firehouse. Now, our city. We have transport. What other two things do we have? We have gardens and markets. So now let's go ahead and go to B. Make 2 columns in your notebook and write a list of good things and list of bad things about our city, Kenitra. Talk about why you think they are good or bad. How can you make the bad things better? Notice, as an example for us, is our city the good column and the bad column. Do as this in your notebook. I look forward to seeing everyone's notebook. Project. Design a new city. Work in groups or individually. Ask these questions and answer. What do you want in your city? What do you need in your city? Where do you want to put parks, schools, houses, shops, or markets? How can people go from their home to school, to the shops, or to work? How to make your city. The first step we want to follow is make a map of your city on a big piece of card. 2. Write the names of the cities in your city on colored pieces of paper. Put them on your map to show where you want them. 3. Think of a name for your city and tell the other groups about it. I look forward to seeing everyone's projects. Activity Book, page 34. Geography, Cities. Section 1. City Quiz. Read and choose the right words. Number 1 is done for you as an example. The capital city of the USA is Washington, D.C. Section 2. Read this report about Stanford upon Avon. Section 3. Complete the Stanford upon Avon mind map according to what is in Section 2. Section 4. Now draw a mind map about your town or city. I look forward to seeing those. Use Section 3 as an example for the mind map. Section 5. Use the information from Activity 4 to write your report. This page here, page 34 of your activity book, do in your notebooks. Activity Book, page 35, Section 6. Listen and write. There is one example.
Activity Book, page 35. 6. Listen and look. There is one example.
Hello, George. Can I ask you some questions?
Yes. What about?
Well, you went to London last month, didn't you? Can you tell me about your holiday?
Yes, of course.
Well, first, how did you go there?
We went by train. It was cheap and quick.
Good. Let me write this down.
Can you see the answer? Now you listen and write.
What other questions have you got, Betty?
Well, I also want to know the name of the hotel.
The hotel? Sure. It's called the Windsor.
Can you spell that for me?
Yes. W I N D S O R. It is a lovely hotel.
That's great. Why do you like it?
The rooms are very big and it's in a really good place.
Is it? Where is it then?
Well, it's next to the British Museum.
I'd like to go there. Oh, one more thing. Do you know the phone number for the hotel?
Oh, yes. It's 0207 541 4672.
Okay. Thank you for that. Now, I want to know where you visited.
Well, we went to a lot of places.
Really? Which did you like best?
My favourite visit was when we went to the theatre.
The theatre?
Yes. It was called the Old Theatre, and we saw a play called The Mouse.
Did you say the old theatre?
That's right.
Was that in the evening?
No, we went to the show on Sunday afternoon. It started at 3:30.
I think that's a good idea. I want to go to that too. Thanks for all the information.
You're welcome, Betty. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching this video. See you again. Please don't forget to tick subscribe, like, and hit the golden bell for more videos. See you in the next video.